shit and turn a thug ass nigga to Pastor Mason. I was bred for this shit. I make bread off this shit. You co-star with no juice. You ride a meds in this bitch. The opposition, no competition. Trying to play the game, but can't play their position. The worst created image. And trust me, dog, we heard it all. Y'all niggas faker than some Jordans at the corner store. Every day's a new year. Y'all cowards always drop the ball. Frontin' like a rock hard, but we know you cotton soft. I don't entertain your definition of real. Sometimes niggas pop and still be softer than cotton nail. You hustling? Well, go ahead, show me where the cash at. The only time you touching the pound is when you hashtag. Audio crack, come get high up for contact. I'm eating weak rappers and I'm shitting out contracts.
See, it's all about a dollar and the dream. My team here, we all about the stream. If money talk, then we show up on the scene. This that type of shit we seen up in our dream. It's a dollar bill, y'all. And my team don't feel, y'all. Come around, we might build, y'all. Cause that rebel for y'all real raw. In college trying to get a degree, but I'm in these streets. Baby coming less than 2 months, I gotta eat. Baby need new shoes, baby mama tripping. All my niggas wanted, they smoking that Steve Rifkin. The biggest bowl is A's at my opulence. And shorty on my nuts like a socket wrench. She give her brain shit, I'm trying to get a doctorate. Why is it the weakest niggas always talk a lot of shit? Projects blow up, gang signs thrown up. Young free or walk with the glow, I'm like showing up. So much weight, I need a dolly, nigga, what the hell? I get money playing through that molly on the scale. Oh no, bitch niggas can't hang with us. Crush an angel in my hand and smoke up the angel dust. I'm Tupac on my coast, nigga, I post niggas. Yeah, I'm frozen and I'm cold, but I still roast niggas. Go get a wash and set with.
Oh. Yo, my cable been bugging out. Hi, everybody. I tried something different this time. I decided to not only go live on my YouTube channel, but also on our like page and on my regular page. Like, I want my family to see what I'm doing. Like, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? Listen, for whatever reason, there's comments I can see. I can see my Facebook comments. I see Fred, what's up? I can see my YouTube comments. So as y'all watch the video, comment. I love for this show. Welcome to the Indie Rollout. How dare I not introduce it like that, right? Welcome to the Indie Rollout exclusives. I'm your girl, Rema the Great. And like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? We got our guest in the building. He's in the building now. As I continue to introduce the show, XQ, thank you so much for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I love that you got great lighting, everything looking good on you right now.
I was trying to get it right for you. That's why it was taking me a second.
I love it. Just, like I was explaining to them, I just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody that's tuning in tonight. This is the Indie Rollout with your girl, Rema the Great. And I decided to go live on my like page. I decided to go live on my Facebook, my YouTube channel. We're going to just show you off to the world. Like, can I show you off to the world?
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I need it.
That's what I'm trying to do here. All right.
Yep, definitely. I appreciate it too. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here. How are you? You know what? Let's do some pleasantries. Right? Yep. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm excited that you are here. You joined me today. I'm so appreciative. You have no idea. This interview should be like one of the greatest of all time to set your year off just right. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Yes, definitely. I hope so. I definitely hope so. I think it's gonna be. But yes, I'm good. And how are you doing though? How are you?
I am freaking awesome. Let me tell you, I woke up this morning. I looked in the mirror. I said, "Oh, look at
God." Working, right? Yep, and that's a good thing too.
You gotta yell out sometimes, like, "Oh, look at what God did today."
Definitely brightening up the mood over here. Definitely.
So let's get into it. SQ, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? A little bit about your background. And just talk for a second. Let us get to know who you are.
Oh yeah. So I'm XQ. That's my rap name. I don't mind people knowing my real name. My real name is Darrell Harris. I'm from Utica, New York. Grew up here, upstate New York. I got, single parent home, mom, strong woman. I got 3 brothers. Well, 2 brothers who live with me, 1 sister. I got like 10 brothers though, 10 brothers and sisters. So I got a big family.
That's a lot of y'all. Somebody pull out game was weak.
I should shout them all out right here.
Go ahead, let's go.
shout them out.
All of them. Give them all
All of
a
them.
shout out.
Oh man. Let me see. Let me start it off with the ones that live with me: Sierra, Rossi, Rodney, my brother, little Darwin. I got to get to the nicknames. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't.
Man, they should
we
be
got
watching right
we
now
got a
while you
lot of
giving this
nicknames,
shout out.
definitely. Apple, Jitta, Armani. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my sister Tish, my big sis Jessica. That's like my sister. I gotta add her on. Marcus, Merk man, Merk. Y'all know him from making beats. Definitely got to shout him out. You know what I'm saying? I got like so much family. Now that I shot my brothers and sisters, I got a cousins, Tanisha, Nana, mom, grandma. We a big
They
family. We
supposed
stick
to be
together.
watching right now. So as you giving them shout outs, I want you to tell them to tune in to this later on if they can't now. So this way they can hear their shout out. You
Definitely, they gonna
understand?
hear. They gonna go look up. They gonna go look it up.
Absolutely.
They gonna look it up. But big
So
family.
XQ,
Mhm.
how did you get the name XQ? Where's XQ
Um,
from?
it's funny because like when I was younger, like I used to rap. I used to always try to be like tough rapper, so I always had these like names, but it really didn't match my personality because I'm not really like that. So it's like GQ magazine, and it's like gentleman quality without the gentleman, just extra
Right.
quality. It's not about being a gentleman, just getting your point across, just good quality music, extra quality. But I always, wanted to be GQ. I am a gentleman, but extra quality with the music. It's just about getting the point across.
All right. Well, we gonna get into this. So I like to do something. I'm gonna do something totally different with you at the end. But
Mhm.
I like to do something called real questions and
Okay.
then the Rema funny questions.
Okay. Okay.
So we gonna mix it up a little bit. You with me?
I'm with you.
You with me?
I'm
So
ready
let's
to
go
play.
to a real question.
Mhm.
So the first real question is, um, so 2020 was a long, hard year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you think that it assisted in your career, or do you think that you had to pause things because of the COVID? Like, how did it affect your career?
Like honestly, before COVID, I was already like kind of on pause. You know what I'm saying? Just from regular life stuff, being a father, trying to, make it in our community is different. It's hard. So I already was kind of taking a break. I think the COVID actually woke me up a little bit. It kind of shook me up. Like life is short. I took some
Right.
losses during. What I'm saying? Lost a son, 4-year-old son. Um, you
Thank you
know,
for sharing that. We're not gonna skip over that.
nah,
We
I lost
definitely, if
lost
you
my cousin Tyrone. Shout out to the whole family, Leno's.
right.
And it's just, and I got people who also lost people. So, it's always, it was a tough year. It was a tough year. I think a lot of people had the worst year of their life. I think a lot of people had the worst year of their life, but it's just like you got to keep a positive attitude. Like I'm staying positive. Um, I know it's gonna get better. The music helps, so that's what brought me back to the music was the feelings. I'm an emotional person, so the music helps me, and it was overwhelming for me the last couple years. So this was like the icing on the cake. It just overwhelmed me so much, and I just turned to the music. That's what I had.
I find that we get this because I'm gonna say this, right? I also lost a son. He was a week before his 13th birthday.
Wow.
And he walked next to me. I say that my angel. See, I like to flip shit, right? To
Yeah.
make it work for me so I can get up. I say that my angel, I raised my own personal angel. And now I get the benefits of having that angel next to God, saying to God, look out for my mother.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's those moments where you be like, how did I get this? And then all of a sudden you be like, oh,
Yep.
sometimes we gotta remember that we are living an experience of life, right? So things are happening to us and around us, and et cetera, et cetera. I also make fun. I poke fun and be like, he beat me to heaven. Who does that?
Yeah,
Where do
man.
you do that at?
You
Right?
got, and you got to too. It's a good way. You got to smile about it
We
because we
we
all gonna
have
meet
to
up again.
understand that we will be living for a little bit longer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's time to like get curious. I want to throw a couple of notes out there I wanted to give you directly and personally that I had actually thought about in my time in the last 5, 6 years. One of it is I noticed that everybody that has somebody that passed in their life that was important, like their mothers and stuff like that. Look at Kevin Hart. Right before his mother passed, he was just Kevin Hart, the comedian
Oh
somewhere.
yeah.
After his mother passed, it was over. I don't know how laugh at my pain and everything went out the way. It was just like, wow. Then you
Yeah.
have Kanye West. Kanye West music was pretty high. His mother passed, it just went some other place, but he superseded into his spirituality. You have the Hudson, Jennifer Hudson, her whole family passed out. You
Yeah.
know,
That was tough.
something like that. And
Yeah.
then she superseded. And then I looked at it and I tried to like figure out how did that happen. And it becomes a place where there's nothing that's impossible. I tell people, I say, the only thing that's impossible is my son to walk through the door with his key. And if that's the only thing that's impossible right now, that means everything else is a go. That
Yeah.
means I get to take over this whole world. I get to do what I want to do and execute. Let me tell you something. The blessings is coming. And it starts now. It starts accepting it now.
I
Just
feel
that part.
blessed. I feel blessed to be here right
You
now.
know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I want you to look upon all of this that's happening. It's definitely for a purpose. It's definitely a reason in it. I currently work as a youth mentor. I teach young youth that have been the age of my son. And I find that it feeds my soul somewhere. It may
Yeah.
not happen right now because you're still in your season, but when it does happen, I'll assist you with whatever you need. If you
Thank
decide
you.
you want to
Thank you,
do a
Rima. I
give back,
appreciate
I don't care how big my wallet is. I don't care how big my check is. I don't care where I am. XQ, you reach out, be like, Rima, I'm ready. A year, 2 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever it is that you choose to do, I got your back.
it. Definitely.
Okay, so I
I
just want you to know
appreciate
that.
that too, hearing that from you.
You know? So
But then,
we gonna get into this. I got
yep.
you. All right. All right. So the silly question. Let's lighten it up. I got you. The silly question is cereal soup.
Uh, no, I don't consider cereal soup
Why?
because it's not hot, and I like my soup hot. And if it's not hot, I'm not eating no soup.
But is oatmeal
Is
hot
oat
cereal?
is oatmeal hot cereal?
So that
Oh,
means
see,
that
that's just
oatmeal is
tough.
hot.
Oh, see, but I guess it depends on how you like your oatmeal. Is it watery, thick? I don't know. You know,
But oatmeal is cereal, correct?
hey, oatmeal is cereal. That's hot cereal. That's what they say. Hey, I can't. You know, I'm not a cereal scientist.
So can cereal
Be
be
soup.
soup?
Ugh.
According to that.
According to that, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I guess because me personally, I just hot soup. If it ain't hot, it's not soup to me. I don't know. You ever had cold soup?
I've had cold soup before.
Oh, you have? Oh,
I
I
have.
don't even. I feel like that kid. What he say? You eating your sandwich? You can't eat your sandwiches cold. I can't eat my soup cold.
It
It gotta be
depends on
hot.
the soup. It depends on where you are. It depends on the circumstances. It depends if you can't really warm it up right away. If you were sitting
Oh
outside.
yeah, the
See, I
struggles.
like
You saying the
ramen.
struggles? Yeah, okay, that's
So
different.
I went to go get ramen in November, and I'll have to sit outside and eat my ramen. So it got cold, and it still was cold soup, and I
Was it
loved
good? Was it still good? See, it
it.
didn't
It
hit
was
like.
good.
But was it hitting like it was when it was hot?
Damn.
I think we lost sound. I don't know if that's you or me.
Had to yell something out real quick.
Oh, okay. You muted me. Oh,
I was still here.
okay.
Um. So back to what I was saying. So good. Now we get to a serious question. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. So the next question is Wu Tang. What is your affiliation? You know, I played it at the beginning. I played your joint at the beginning, your
Where?
old school joint. Only one I was able to find right quick. I played it real quick. What is your affiliation with the Wu Tang Clan?
Um, as far as the music, it's something that we all grew up on. It's like one of those groups, like within our group, that we all are familiar with. Like we all grew up on Wu-Tang. We all got our own favorite artists in Wu-Tang. My favorite artist is Raekwon. I think Raekwon is the dopest member of
Okay.
Wu-Tang. You know, his flow is crazy, bar is crazy. It's
I
like
was
smooth criminal, you
I
know.
was a fan of Method and just that was it.
Yeah, I know. I know. Everybody loves Method Man, but me, I'm a Raekwon guy. You know, he just only built for Cuban links. You know,
I I think I like shows like I just like celebrity people. Like like Method was a celebrity
like he
artist.
got his personality too. Is
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like it was just he was always
you know,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but he was always in something all the
but
time.
you
So
know,
like
Wu Tang just had that. It's a group. You know, I was in a group with all my friends, Merc. You know, if you
right,
ever, I don't know if you ever heard any of the music. Shouts out to Merc, Prof, um, Shogun, Tayshawn, Kaiser. You know, all my rebels. But we had a group like in basically we took the Wu-Tang outline. Like everybody got a verse. You know, we had a producer who could make beats, who could rap, and it was just that gritty sound. Like who gonna have the hottest verse today? You know, we all gonna go at it. We gonna see who come out on top. You know, and it's just friendly competition, and we took that from them because you know that's how they were. You know, we try to model ourselves after that classic. You know,
right,
that just the feeling. You know,
right. All right. So now we're gonna go back to a funny question. Ready?
I got you.
All right. Is a hot dog
Oh, the food you got me. All right, go ahead.
is a hot dog a sandwich?
What do you? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't even know. I'm gonna say.
There's no right or wrong. It's just a question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
See, you making me get all in my head. Like, wait, you don't even got two pieces of bread. You know what? But I know you're gonna hit me with another one, so I'm gonna say, yeah, hot dog is a sandwich.
Why?
You put it on a bun. You dress it.
I think a hot dog is a sandwich because of the two pieces of bread. But somebody said on the show previous because it's connected, it is not necessarily of two pieces. It's one piece of bread. But I'm like, but what happens when you make your kids like a half a peanut butter jelly sandwich? Like, isn't that also considered a sandwich?
Where do you come up with this stuff? I get you killing me right now. You got me thinking of all scientific about hot dogs. I'm about to go put a lab coat on and do some research.
I told you this is nothing like an interview you've ever had before.
No,
I
it's not.
promise you.
No,
We're
it's
gonna
not.
turn up. I like the smile. I love your face. I want you to smile. I want to enjoy this interview as long as I can. And this is what I do. Because I like to have fun. This is how I want to run Indie Roller. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Hey, you. I got you.
But let's get to the next question though, right?
Yep.
So besides Wu-Tang, what are some of your biggest influencers in music?
Um, it's crazy because like it's artists and then there's people like my favorite artist is Jay-Z ever. Jay to me is the greatest. Like just the whole story, you know what I mean? And just the fact that he always had it, even before he made it, he was always on his grind, like all the time. And people got all these stories about how hard he used to work at whatever he was doing. Um, and then there's guys like, you know, that where I'm from that I look up to, of course. Like when I was growing up, Brick Money, GA, you know what I'm saying? Stack a Mill, rest in peace, Pinky Reading Gangster. He was one of my favorites. Gaddafi, um, you know, these guys that just was around the neighborhood just rapping. You know, they was,
Right.
you know, nice. G Gotti. And then there's just people, just regular people like my uncle too, who just literally put me on to rap music in general. Like, and not even really my favorite rappers. He was really into like the Queens hip hop, like Cormega and,
Right.
you know, Nas and, you know, AZ, like those dudes like that. Like, and he just put me on to music because I wasn't allowed to listen to rap music. Like, my grandmother was a big partier. We was listening to like old school R&B in the house, vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't listening to like a lot of hip hop. So
Right.
my uncle brought that in, to us. So I appreciate him for that, and just pretty much all my uncles, they always motivate me to, put out music. Dev, too, Nate, Timmy, my family is really like supportive. So with that stuff, so they
I
grew
love
up
that.
telling me
Shout out to your family.
they grew up telling me I was, this is trash, because they were honest with me, It wasn't no holding back and just telling me stuff was good because it was good.
Right.
So I
Right.
appreciate that because now I'm hard on myself. So it's a guarantee that I'm gonna make good quality music.
That is
So
dope. Well, I like how you are supported. There's a lot of people in this world that is not supported, and because you got support, you're able to say that confidently. Like I can make good music. I'm gonna make good music
it,
because I feel the support. There's a lot of people that are like struggling to get their way in because they don't have the motivation behind them. Like, yo, you're great. I just want you to know, XQ, you're great. But you're
thank
great. You know what I mean? Like you're great. Um, so last silly question. Is
I'm waiting
it
with this one. It's about a donut.
it's not about a donut, I promise. It's not
Go
even
ahead.
about food.
It's not okay because I
It's
don't
a
know where you're
personal
getting this stuff
question.
from. All right, go
It's a
ahead.
personal question. Do you go to bed with your socks on or off?
Oh, on of course. If
You're
you
a
see,
socks on person?
yeah, I got those ghost feet. Man, them things, they just white. Ain't no fixing that.
What
Can't
what
let
do
my
you
girl
mean
say
your
that.
feet is white? Like as in
Listen,
socks?
like when I'm not the type of dude. I'm not just pulling my toes out and I keep them covered up at all times. I don't really pay too much. I should pay more attention, but
Right.
I am. You know
Right.
what? This year, that's part of my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna take better care of my feet and my
Right.
nails, all my fingernails and my toenails, because I just rough my hands up. Drop stuff on my foot, toenails looking crazy. Drop, yeah. Socks on definitely, 100%
Man, listen.
on. Never off.
All right, that so the next question. Tell us a little bit about your up. Matter of fact, before we get into that, because there's a question that I skipped.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about your history of rapping. Like what started you out? When was the first time you knew that you could rap and all that, etc. And when were
Like
you discovered?
the
Like your
first
story.
the first time, like I first started rapping in like 8th grade, uh, with my friend Will Wilson. So shout out to Will Wilson, Pesos. I don't know if he still go by that, but we used to just write raps at our desks. And I was in a thing called Young Scholars. Like when I went to school, I took it serious. But we were all in like Young Scholars, and we used to just, you know, write rhymes, and we used to battle each other. And then we just started battling people at school. And then, I thought I was good. And I don't know if GA gonna watch this, but if he remember this, when I was like 15 years old, I was at a house party and everybody was rapping and battling and GA was there. And we got into a battle and he just destroyed me. Destroyed me. Yeah, and then, I appreciate him for that though, because that helped me out. You know what I'm saying? That was like a lesson for me. Like this is not an overnight thing. I had to find my own lane, like what to rap about, I was like still starting. So, but I thought I was good, because everybody around me was on the same level
Right.
or lower. So the music sounded good. It sounded like I was on beat. Everything sounded good until that day. That day, everything then started sounding trash after that. So then I just worked on it. And I would say I never really thought I was good until I made Slave to Society. Like till I made this album, like a couple years ago, I
Right.
didn't think I was ready. Like I always wanted to be in the studio working on my craft. I probably did like over the years, I probably got like 200 songs.
Hmm.
200, 300 songs. That's a lot for me because I got kids and family and
Right.
jobs,
Right.
So
That's a lot
200
of
songs
time.
is a lot, but a lot of them you could tell like that you know, it was climbing as time went on. So, and once I heard it, like I was honest with myself the whole time. And then once I heard the music I was making at that point, able to express myself better, older now, been through more stuff. Like I know more about life. The music just came together better. It was not anything that was fabricated or,
Right.
anything that was for show. So I think around 25, 26, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I started thinking like, okay, I got like I'm really good at this. Like I'm for real, you know.
Right.
I'm better than what you hear. I know that's when I started feeling that way. You know, local and being better than people that was around me. Like I don't really concern myself with that. We all here, trying to
Right.
make it out. I can't. I don't got time to be
In
keeping you down,
competition. Just
keeping
like
me
my
down.
stuff. As long as you like my stuff, you can have
Yeah,
7 other rapper friends and
yeah. And
other
even if
rapper
you don't,
pages. Just like my shit. Right.
we still cool. It's still love. It's no type of animosity. I'm definitely not into that. So once it sounded
Right.
as good as it sounds on the radio, that's always what I listen to. I always listen to, you know, what was in my lane, like who was in my, who was the conscious rappers, Common, Talib Kweli, like what they were doing, or now J. Cole or Kendrick or Big Crit or people like that,
Right.
see what they're doing, listen to their music a little bit, and not even really just to see where I'm at. And now I feel like I'm right there. As far as content, songs together, what I'm rapping about, consistency. Like I feel like I'm right there. It's just about putting in more work, quality,
Right.
putting in more time with that other side of it to make it actually sound crisp, because the lyrics and beats are on point, but just the quality, of
Right.
what I'm putting out. And then that's really it. But that's when I knew I was good. Once I heard that, once I started making those records and the poetry and everything, that it started coming to me like that, I knew I was good. I was ready, And I
So
gave it to Vaughn like that too. I told him I was ready. Like I'm ready. I'm already. You don't got to put me in the back in the oven. I'm already cooked.
right. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm well done.
So I've heard you mention Slave to Society. Tell us a little bit more why you named it Slave to Society.
Cause that's really what I think that's what the culture is, man. Like we all slaves to something, right? Like even if you like even people who feel woke or they feel enlightened, still need to look good, still need them name brands, still need that. You still gotta show out to people. We just a slave to it. It's like in our nature now, it's not something that we could easily be free from, and we enjoy it. Like I'm not saying
Right.
it's a bad thing, but you become a slave to everything. And on the album, I'm just talking about everything. The society, our society in general, our culture is different. Like we look at things different than other people. Like we don't look at crime the same way other people look at crime.
Right.
Or we
I
don't look
agree.
at criminals the same way other people look at criminals because we know these people. They're slaves to this. Some people is just born into this.
Yeah,
Generations.
we just sensitized to it.
Yeah. So
It's
it's like
become a norm.
and that's anything. If your mom was fly, you gonna be fly. Your mom spent all her money on. That's what you gonna do.
Right.
Your dad did. That's what you. It goes on and on and on. So that's really what it's about. It's just about the culture and a lot of the songs. I'm just speaking on topics, black on black crime.
Right.
Drugs, just things that we see every day. Like, and even us, we don't look at it the same way. Like, it doesn't shock us.
Right. Because we desensitized. This is becoming our norm.
Yeah,
I
it's just
remember
normal.
I remember they had the whole George Floyd all over TikTok to the point where my son got to see this man be assassinated over and over again. And it's
Hmm.
like, these children are being exposed. We are being exposed. And now these things are being is normal. It's
Yep.
just a normal. Like, all right, this person got robbed. That's normal. This person got shot. That's normal. This
Like,
person got killed by the police. That's just what happens. This person, this stuff is not being a shock anymore to us where we are like, oh hell, what the hell, like, stuff like that. So I understand that mentality of that part. And as far as like hereditary bullshit, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Let's call it what it is. It's
it
hereditary
is.
crap. You get it from your parents and you bring it down to yourself. Right now I'm working with a bunch of youth trying to break the generational cycles of just regular shit that just makes no sense. Things that you don't want to pass down to your kids. You know, it
Definitely.
stops with us. It was with us. It stops with us, though. You know what I mean?
Got you. And that's really what it's about. And I just try to express myself with that because I think about things like that. You know, I got kids and I want them to grow up a certain way. You know, I want them to be able to take in what they see and know that, you know, that's not what we're doing, you know.
Right,
So a lot of my music changed over to that type of music. Like I used to just do punchlines and, you know, try to just make the hottest punchlines, you know, whatever. Now it's more about a story or, you know, it's more about the third person point of view, you know, because that's what's important. You got to let people know how you feel about it, you know.
right,
And at the end of the day, I know people out here, you know, and I'm not saying that anything, you know, that anybody does is right, that we out here doing all the right things. But at the end of the day, I still love those people. You know,
right.
you still love those people.
Yes,
I don't want to see those people go to jail. I don't want to see those people get locked up. But I want them to understand, like, you know, this is how I feel, you know, about this, about what I see, you know, and the
right,
people who can relate to it, we can all, you know, we can all relate to that message, you know, because we don't, who really, I don't want to see nobody get hurt, you know, or locked
right,
up, or, but we
right.
got to
We
change
want
things.
to win. We want to start seeing people win. That's it.
Definitely,
Can we
definitely,
win?
exactly. Just
You
take
know,
that energy and put it into something else. That's pretty much,
let's go
you
get
know,
some money.
exactly, exactly. Let's
I
team
want
up.
to just get some money.
Yeah,
I
let's
can care
team
less
up.
for everything else. Like, can I get a new car? Can I get
Yep,
out of the situation I'm in? Can you assist me with my credit? Like, let's start
exactly.
talking and empowering each other and getting busy. Because I think it's just it's about being lethargic. It's about not having anything to do that is causing all of
Mhm.
these other things to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just it's you know the community is different. Like you could just, for example, you know a lot of things. I believe it all starts with education. You know, our education is the foundation for everything. You
Right.
know, if your kids are not educated or your community is not educated, you know, you're not going to be able to get what you need from anybody, including the government.
Correct.
So when you look at it like that, you know, the government comes, they cut the school budget every year. You know, every single
Well,
year.
I
So
found
it's
out why. So it's about the census.
yeah,
A lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
and there
It's
it
about
is.
the census. And a lot of people are not filling out the census inside of these urban areas, inside of these communities that are in need. So the
Exactly.
money is not getting allocated where it is,
We're
where it
not
needs
getting
to
the
go.
programs that we need.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? There's a bunch, but see, this is the thing. Like I dealt with that this year. I really got into like the census last year when it was really out here,
Hmm.
whatever, and found out a lot of information. And at this very moment, we're at a disservice only because the money is like, all right, it's here. We want to give it to you, but we don't know how many people is in that area. We don't know how
Area.
many youth is in the area. We don't know how many seniors is in the area. We don't know how
Hmm.
many children under a certain age is in the area. So how do we get these
Exactly.
services to you? We don't know who needs bilingual services. We don't know who needs a GED. But what I'm blessed and what I'm happy to know is that me, like many others, are
Hmm.
involved in our community where we know that there's the money and given to the grants to the organizations
Stations.
that's in the community that's able to allocate their money to get these programs
Now,
to happen. You know
now
what
in
I
our
mean?
community, in my community, we're a little bit smaller, and that's the thing. And you know, eventually, that's the plan. You know, with this with the music, is to take it somewhere else. But you know, we don't have stuff like that here. You know, there's no YMCA here. There's no Boys and Girls
Yet,
Club. There's no
yet
after. There never was. Like even before the pandemic. So
it
there never
can
was any
be.
of that stuff.
Look,
So
while you saying that, you speak it into existence.
exactly, and that's
It's
what
not
that's what
there
I want to
now,
do.
but that's why you working
Mhm.
hard with this music. It's the give back. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always the give back. That's why I said when you need me, you ready? I got you. So we in New York State together. I got you.
Yeah, and I'm ready. I'm starting to get it right. Like I said, the music is the first step. You know, the music is, you know, that's number one. I got to get that off of my chest, and I'm gonna ride that. You know what I mean? That, you know, that's how I express myself. You know, that's what I have for me. You know, so after that, and that's what I want to get into. Like you said, the census. You know, we got people in our community who, you know, even like the people I live near, I seen them all, the whole time, a couple months, knocking on everybody's door, nobody opening the doors, nobody trying to take the census, nobody trying to answer the questions,
Right, right.
So, like you said, and there's the problem right there. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's really that's what I want to get into after music. Really, I'm not even gonna lie. I really want to help my community. I'm
I was
just
getting ready to get into that question about the politics. So you
yeah.
just leaned us right into it. What are your thoughts about the election? Are you one of those people that are excited that Biden won and everything? This is a question.
Listen. I'm not excited. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. At the end of the day, if Obama did 1% of the things that Trump did, we would all be, they be talking about he set us back 100 years and he did this and did that. What this presidency showed everybody, it should have showed everybody, is that white privilege is real, racism exists, and that you could say or do whatever he literally went in and said and did whatever he wanted. Biden won. I'm not gonna lie. Did I vote for Biden? Of course. Like I'm on the Biden train for this particular battle. But do I think he should get 4 years in office? No. We need younger, more progressive candidates. We don't need, I don't want to say it, but we don't need like old dudes, 70, like 80 years old. The country, that's not a reflection of the country right now.
Right.
You
The
know,
times that we're in, right.
it's not,
Because they
they
got a
can't hang.
different mindset.
They
It's a
can't hang
different
with
it's a different mindset. They're not, like you said, they're not like evolved mentally to where we are. They're
Yeah.
still in like the 70s, the 60s. You
Is
know what I mean?
exactly the things that they think are helping us. They don't really help. The way that this isn't. It's a new day. Everything is different now. These kids are different. They not scared of y'all no more. You know, they're not. This is not the 60s set where people is just putting their heads down anymore.
Right.
It's
They
it's a
talking
different
back, they
time.
fighting back, they ready to die. Everything.
Yeah, they exactly for nothing though, and
Right.
because it really is nothing. It's not
Right.
worth dying over. I
Right.
hate to say that. It's not, because there's other ways to do things, and nobody
Right.
need to lose their son or their mother or father or brother at this time. It's just not the time for that. It's
Right.
already enough things going on in the world. So what I would urge people to do is to work together. That's where it starts. Start with the kids. That's the problem. Everybody want to start with the adults. You want to go to us. You want to give welfare and rent assistance, and you want to
Dude,
focus everything on that. And then you just raising another recipient
generation that's going to be dependent on those things.
things. And I'm
It,
not
it-
saying nothing's wrong with it though. If you gotta live, you gotta live. I
right.
grew up on some of that stuff too. I'm pretty sure a lot of us did,
I have.
and it was well needed. My mom got degrees now, and things change and people change. So I don't disrespect
Right.
anybody for getting it.
It's not looking at
It's
it
not
in
a
a
bad
negative
thing.
tone. It's
Yeah.
definitely paying attention to it, that it doesn't have to be our narrative forever.
Yeah,
You
focus
know what
on
I
the
mean?
kids though. I think all focus should go teach these kids, man, because they really need it right now. They really do. And when I say kid, I don't mean like just like a 7-year-old, 18, 19.
Come on to
They still
25.
babies, you know.
Shoot, keep teaching us. Teach us too. Shit.
Teach
I'm
them,
living
yeah,
to learn.
definitely. I'm trying to learn how to adult still. I'm still some things I don't know yet. I'm trying to get it together myself. So, I'm trying to get into the stocks and I'm trying to learn.
Right. Um, so with that being said, I want to say thank you so much, XQ, for being a guest on the Indie Rollout Exclusives. Um, let people, all right, before we even leave on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your message? Because you have a lot of messages, and I loved every jewel you dropped tonight. What is your message to those that's coming behind you, to those artists that's coming up behind you?
Oh, to the young Utica artists, yo. If you feel you the best, man, say you the best and then just put in all the work. That's one thing. Everybody want to say they're the best now. Me personally, I don't care. Say you the best. Just make sure you put in the work, stay focused. Be responsible in your life. Definitely. Be responsible in your life, because that's gonna help your music career. It's not just about music and making the best music or videos or being on Facebook or any
Right.
of this stuff, interviews. You gotta live your life right, you know? You got to live your life right, so that way it'll flow easy into the music, because it's a lot of distractions when you don't handle your business. So that's all I would say. I mean, I love the younger generation, man. I listen to all of it. I mean, sometimes it's a little crazy, you know. I'm not with all that smoking ops and putting op packs in the air and none of that stuff, but I don't do stuff like that. It's not cool, but the music is, you know, it's music. This is really how these kids feel. That's what people got to understand. When they say this stuff and it's dangerous, they really feel dangerous like that.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, that
Pay
should be,
attention so we can fix it or
I see it
help
as
it.
a sign of help, you know. And then you look at the artists who've been doing it, Chief, or look at the growth. They not, you know, the same people they were.
Right.
So, you know, it's stuff like that. You got to look at it that way. I look at it as a cry for help, though. It's good. I listen to the music, but I understand, like, yo, this guy, you know, if he kill any more people on this song, he gonna need some help, you know,
Right.
legal help,
Right.
mental help, all types of help. So maybe a mentor, a big brother, whatever they need, though, you
Need
know,
some services.
whatever the
Need
young
some
kids,
services.
whatever the young boys need, though. If they come to me, a lot of them probably don't even, you know, me. You know, I keep my distance, honestly, from that's just me. I'm an
Right.
introvert, but you know, if they come to me for anything, musically, whatever, I'll do it. You know, they just don't, you know, don't come. So,
Just invite them. This is the invite right
oh
here.
yeah, I'm
You're
inviting
inviting
them now.
them.
That's what I'm saying.
Come,
Hey,
come to me. Come.
and that's any artist, period. Any artist,
Right.
period. If they come to me and they say they want to do something, or you know, I'm with it. I'm always with it.
No. Thank you so much, XQ. Let them know about what you got coming up. What you got coming up. What they need to look out for.
All right. So first, you know, the album "Slave to Society," right? So we got "Real to Sin" coming, and then we got All Right." Those two singles. Look out for those two singles. Also, you know, just cause I gotta show some love. Um, I need y'all to go on iTunes, and check my boy out, Vinny Slums. He dropped the album on there. It's fire, straight from Utica. Fire
Come
album.
on.
Check it out. Also that Swayzar, look him up. Album is fire. These is Utica artists too. Like these is dudes that I rock with. And also I'm working on a project with Nuke Moth, you know, Benny. I don't know if King Benny Dutch. Shouts out to him. That's like my big brother. He was with me through
Come
the
on.
whole thing with my son, everything. I love
Come
you,
on.
big bro. I love all my bros. Don't be afraid to say you love your homies, man. It's okay to tell your
Right.
brother you love him, man.
Right.
So I love all the brothers, man. I love them all. And shouts out to them. And just look out for those projects, Slaves to Society. You know, go on iTunes, look at my boy Benny Slums. And then also that Sway's Iron, man. Those is fire projects. You will love that. You will love that Sway's project. I'm telling
You
you.
gonna send it to me so I can check it
No, I'm gonna
out and
send it
get
to
them.
you. You gonna love that right there. That's soul music right there.
You gonna
For
you gonna
soul.
get them up on the show, right? Like
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna talk about it.
definitely. Oh, I'm gonna get Slums on. Whenever you ready, I'm gonna get it right on. That's my boy. His personality is crazy. You'll love
I
him, man.
love
He's a
it.
good dude.
I love it. XQ, where they can find you at? How they can follow you? Talk to the people.
Um, so the name is kind of long, but it's Execute a Rebel God on Instagram. I got the Facebook. Like I said, you can look up my real name. I'm not ashamed of my government name. I'm not one of those people. Like I love my last name. I love my family. So you can look me up on Facebook, Darrell Darell Harris. Look it up. I'm on there. I'm on Instagram. I'm gonna be on Twitter too. I'm not the computer thing. I'm old school with it. I know how to use it and everything, but I'm just not a computer guy. You know? I don't like to get too personal on the computers, and it's not my thing.
It's all
But check
right.
me out
It's all
though.
right.
I'll hit anybody back. Anybody hit me up, I'll hit them back.
Yes,
Definitely.
he's
Hit me in my
he's
inbox,
very quick with that. I
features, all of
I
that stuff.
appreciate
Hit me
that.
up. I'm with it all whenever.
I appreciate you. And I thank everybody that stayed tuned in to this interview tonight. Again, this is the Indie Rollout exclusive. Shout out to our sponsor, Hood Media NY.NYC. Make sure y'all follow me at I am Rema the Great on Instagram.
Follow
Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, Rated Entertainment,
Rima.
and
You
make
need
sure
to help
y'all
me
like
get
our
some likes.
pages. Huh?
You need to help me get some likes. You get like 500, 600 likes. I see you up there, man. Doing your thing out
Listen,
there.
you know what it is? You know what it is? it's I don't know. That's why I'm asking you if you know what I'm.
It's the style, man. You out there doing styling out there. You changing it up on them every pic.
Every other picture is the bald headed chick. Like, look, and then the other
Yeah, then
picture,
it's a
like,
then
look.
it's a whole full length. Then it's the I don't know what you doing over. You having whole photo shoots over there.
I
Makeup
do.
artist. You got a hairdresser over there too.
Nah, I do my own hair.
Oh, you doing every? Oh, so
So I do my makeup. I do my own like everything. I dress myself up. My hair as I go get a cut. This cut cost me, if I tell you, you leave like you lying. This cut cost me $15. It cost me $18 at the barbershop. I got the poppies to do.
what? That's
And
all they
then
doing. They try to charge 50 out
my
here.
my hair was black and I came home and I did my hair up, the color, everything. I do everything. I went to school for cosmetology, a couple of Rema facts. You know what
Oh,
I'm
see,
saying? I went
that's
to school
what
for cosmetology. I played with my makeup for so long that I know how to do it in the dark. Lashes, I do everything. So that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? But I do treat myself. I go get it done if I want to. I got a lot of dope people that can do it. Um, but again, I thank you so much. Make sure y'all all tune into everything. This will be shared. There will be more information. And if y'all have any questions, y'all definitely hit up my boy XQ. Follow him on Instagram. I believe it's XQ_music, correct?
Yep, that's the music page. Yep, see, she got it.
See, I be listening. I be
She be
listening.
listening to the music. I appreciate it.
And again, y'all have a good night. XQ, I thank you for everything. And we're gonna chop it up. You already know.
Thank you, Rima. I appreciate it. Shouts out to everybody. See y'all later. Rebel
Good night,
Sup.
everybody.
Black
Oh,
Effect.
P.S. Shout out to my
Luke Mob.
co-producer too, DJ Dr. Hollywood. I love you. I
Oh,
just wanted to put that out there.
DJ
And my
Dr.
other
Hollywood.
sponsors.
Yo, DJ Dr. Hollywood. Shouts out to you. All love, brother.
Have a good one, hun.
You
Good
too.
night,
Thank
y'all.
you.